What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about why I'm bearish on crypto, at least in the near future. But before we get started, if you're not a member of the free Discord, please click the link in the description box below and get started with the free Discord. And without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. Okay, so starting off here with Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. Now the area I'm watching with Bitcoin is around $50,000 per coin in the near future. So let's talk a little bit about how Bitcoin can get there and why I personally expect Bitcoin to go down to those levels. So the best way to do this is to pull up gold on the bottom here, and I'll show you basically what's happening here on Bitcoin from this perspective with gold here. Because gold actually did the exact same pattern recently as Bitcoin, and I'm seeing a lot of similarity in their market structure. So here on the bottom, we have gold, and on the top, we have Bitcoin. Now, the correction I am expecting here on the crypto markets will be big, and it will be big enough that I personally took 50% of my portfolio and put it into cash, because I think a lot of coins are going to get pretty brutally sold off here. And the reason for this is, first of all, Bitcoin looks exactly like gold at this phase in their cycles. This is when gold broke its all-time high. You can see it started to pull back a little bit, then it broke out of a bull flag, but it was a false breakout, and we came back down even lower than the support level here on gold. Now, I think the same thing is set up here with Bitcoin, where just over the next few months, especially over the summer, we can pull back. This is common in crypto. We have had summer corrections in every single bull market ever. And really the reason for this, one of the reasons, is because a lot of people are off doing things in the summer, and they're not trading crypto, and they're off doing other things. And so a lot of people aren't trading crypto full time like they are when it's not summer. So a summer correction has been something we have historically seen in the crypto markets over and over again. Now, it also maps out perfectly with gold. As you can see, the human emotion is exactly the same. The other thing, you guys, is we have been overextended for a minute on crypto. And it's just becoming more evident as time goes on that at least in the short term, we're overextended in the crypto markets. I mean, we're at resistance right now on Bitcoin, and we did complete 5 waves up here. We have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. And so, as a result of those 5 waves up, I am expecting an ABC correction down here to about $50,000 per Bitcoin. Like I said, that maps out perfectly with the gold fractal that I'm showing you guys here on the bottom. It's the exact same human psychology as what happened on gold. So because of that, a lot of people are going to be buying up here, expecting a breakout, expecting a big move up, and really it's a bull trap. And over the summer, they're going to be really wishing that they had sold off and taken some cash on the sidelines so that when the dip happens, they can buy the dip. Because truly, if you're able to take profits here, you can double your portfolio buying the dip. You can get a whole bunch of these coins that you want to hold throughout the bull market at a significant discount. And as the market takes off again, you guys are going to be so glad that you're able to buy the dip with all of that cash. Like I said, you could double the amount of coins that you have on some of these coins, because some of them, Bitcoin might pull back 25-30% here. Nothing crazy. It's not like it's going to be an 80% drop, but 30% is big enough that I don't want to personally hold through it. And some of these other altcoins could pull back 30, 40, or even 50%. in the same amount of time, right? And so it's not worth it to try to hold through this correction. Now, we don't trade news, but we do consider different catalysts. And really on Wall Street, they say buy the rumor, sell the news. And the ETF approval is actually a sell the news event. A lot of retail money, they're going to be buying Ethereum. They're going to be buying, expecting a big move up in the crypto markets. And what they don't realize is that the institutional money is selling the news. They're taking some profits. They know crypto's overextended, and they're really excited to see a pullback in crypto so they can pick it up at a significant discount, right? And that is a great example here on Bitcoin of an ABC correction pattern lining up with a sell the news event. The Ethereum ETF is a sell the news event. It's not a buy the top event. It's a sell the news event. Like I said, buy the rumor. The rumor was that it might get approved. Now that it's approved, you sell the news because retail is going to try to buy. And the big players, they understand this. They know this. So now let's talk a little bit about the Dow Jones, and then we'll get over into Ethereum as well. The Dow Jones is a great example. Crypto has a 90% correlation to the Dow Jones. And we just hit resistance on the Dow Jones, and we're starting to fall off a cliff here. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go into a big bear market on stocks. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I am saying we could have an ABC correction here on the Dow Jones, an expanded flat ABC, just exactly like what Bitcoin is set up to do. The only difference is Bitcoin is a zigzag ABC, and the Dow Jones looks like an expanded flat ABC. So crypto has a 90% correlation to the Dow Jones. Don't be shocked. These types of corrections happen all the time on the way up. You can see one happened right here. Another one happened right here, right? The Dow Jones has a history of doing ABC corrections. Every single market ever has a history of doing ABC corrections, but we're definitely showing signs of one right now. So I definitely do think we will pull back here on the Dow Jones, and crypto is not going to be able to hold support through that. The other thing, you guys, now don't get me wrong, I'm bullish on crypto in the big picture, right? This correction, I'm telling you, it's 30% on Bitcoin, 25, 30%, maybe 30 to 40 on your altcoins. Could be more if it's a real low cap kind of project that really isn't important or anything, just some random coin. Could drop even more than that. But so I'm not bearish in the big picture, but I'm just telling you guys, there's significant downside risk here with crypto. And as we pull back down to these levels, you can see here on Dogecoin, we even have 5 waves up and an ABC correction. And this really looks pretty bearish right now. We have a rising wedge pattern. There's a lot of coins that have bear flags. A lot of bearish patterns and rising wedges are appearing, and people are really bullish. Retail is really bullish. They're expecting this huge pump up, and I just don't think it's going to happen right now. And really, the patterns became more evident over the weekend. On Sunday, I started to realize and see all this stuff and said, you know what? It's time to take some crypto off the table, because we're going to pull back here, and a lot of people are going to try to hold through it, and they're going to wish they would have taken some profits and bought the dip. And so, yeah, this is a great example here on Dogecoin of an ABC correction that can come here that will take us quite a bit lower. So let's go back over, not to Bitcoin, but let's talk about Ethereum now, because I mentioned we'd talk a little bit about Ethereum. And you guys, Ethereum, a lot of people want to buy Ethereum right here, but if we go down to the 4-hour time frame and throw the MACD on, there's actually bearish divergence on Ethereum. We made a higher high, and we made a lower high on the MACD. So that's a strong sell signal here on the 4-hour with Ethereum, yet a lot of people are buying right here, and I think it's going to drop down to support, and if Bitcoin falls 30% like the chart's showing, it could make a slightly lower low before continuing higher in the big picture. Now, that means that there's a lot of risk for trying to buy up here at resistance, right? There's a lot of resistance. People are buying resistance. And there's really not that much potential upside. And there's a lot of signals showing that we could pull back another, that we could pull back pretty hard here. Let's see what percentage that is. 30% on Ethereum. So I'm definitely not trying to hold through this. And I think that the people that take profit now are really going to be glad they did, because they're going to be able to buy this dip and double their portfolios when it turns around. When COVID happened, now I'm not saying we're going to have a crash as hard as the COVID drop, but when COVID happened, Warren Buffett was able to buy the dip, and he turned his portfolio, I don't remember the exact numbers, but his portfolio, he earned billions of dollars during the COVID drop because he bought the dip, right? You have to have cash to be able to buy the dip. If all your money's in the markets, if you're in long positions on leverage, and you're expecting this big move up, and yet we go like down from here and really scared a lot of people, you don't have any money to buy the dip, and you might panic sell the bottom thinking that the top is in at the exact point where you should be buying. So it's important to take profits, and it's important to take your crypto off the table and really be willing to sell, so that when the drop happens, you can buy the dip, and you're not that guy trying to panic sell the bottom because you think it's going to go lower, and you're just getting played around with all the emotional swings in the market, all the moves in the market. And yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here on Ethereum to sell and buy back later at a significant discount and really turn your portfolio into something that's a lot bigger than it is right now, just because of this downside, So I sold off. I'm not 100% in cash, but I do have 50% cash, and I do have a short position open right now on the markets because I'm expecting a drop over the summer, and I think a lot of people are going to end up going to miss this move on crypto. So let's go talk about the total market cap here really quick. I don't have as much time today as I normally do in my videos to really run over this stuff, but I figured I needed to make a warning because I want as many people as possible to be aware of this before it happens, because when the market pulls back, a lot of people are really going to wish they sold. And if you don't take the opportunity to take some profits now, you're really going to be kicking yourself later. So you guys can see on the total market cap, we also have 5 waves up, and we're in wave B here on the total market cap. That 5th wave here was extended. That can lead to a pullback here in crypto where we could lose a significant chunk of our market cap here. And as a result of that, again, people are going to panic sell. They're going to think the top of the market is in. They're going to be calling for really low targets, when really if they just would have sold right here, then they could buy right here in confidence, grow their portfolio significantly when it turns around, and be able to have like a lot more of whatever token they want to have. If you have 10 Ethereum right now, imagine if you could have 15 or 20 Ethereum because you sold off at the top and you're able to buy back cheaper because Ethereum doesn't cost as much as it does right now. That's worth it. That's worth doing to do that. So yeah, you guys, I definitely think we're going to pull back here on crypto. And I know I've made videos for the past month or two about how bullish crypto is, but you guys, the patterns just became so clear just the other day that we're going to turn around here that I can't ignore what I'm seeing. And it's so evident that I don't want you guys to hold on through a correction. It's going to suck if you do. And everybody's bullish, so they don't want to sell. I might even get some hate for making this video, but when the crash comes, you guys are going to be glad that you took profits if you listen. So as you guys can see here, we're going to have a correction here on Solana too. We have 5 waves up here, getting ready for a pullback. And I really think that there's a lot of FOMO in this bull trap that people are ignoring because they're expecting a big move up in the markets and it's just not going to come. At least not yet. It will come. You can see I'm bullish on crypto in the big picture. Don't get me wrong. This is the institutional cycle. It's going to be huge, right? It's going to be big. Let's talk about XRP for a minute. XRP looked like it was in a triangle, but I got looking at it more, and XRP has a history of breaking its trend lines. That's exactly what happened right here. Every single cycle, it broke below its trend line and shook everybody out before the big run happened in the market. And I think it's going to do the same thing again. I think XRP could pull back here to even 20 cents and test the 95% fib ratio before we go up on XRP and have a really, really good scare. And if we go back over to the Bitstamp chart on XRP instead of the Binance chart, you get more historical data and you'll see what I'm talking about here. XRP has a history of riding these trend lines. Everybody thinks the trend line's going to hold, and then boom, it drops lower before it really pumps. And I think XRP is doing the exact same thing right now. So if you have leverage positions, having a break-even stop loss is wise, because this market could go like this and scare everybody out below the trend line before it really goes up in value and takes off and explodes in value, or at least starts a big bull market here. And yeah, people are going to panic sell in the dip. I think a lot of people are going to panic sell, and a lot of people are buying now expecting upside when it's really just not showing in the charts right now. And I had to make a warning. I don't know, I probably will get some hate for it. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but this is what I'm seeing in the charts. And yeah, just had to make a warning video today. That's all the time that I have. I love you guys. Don't lose hope. I sold 50% off into cash. You guys make your own decisions based on your own assessment of the market, of course. But this is my personal opinion, and I do see a big crash coming. And yeah, I don't want anybody to lose money. And you guys can make a lot of money if you have cash to buy the dip. So just be aware of that. I will see you guys next time. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope you learned something and found it valuable. If you did, please do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. As always, stay profitable out there.